Good afternoon. Good afternoon. This is Jamie Green, and I'm back with another episode of Let's Talk Destiny um, virtual talk show. And I want to talk to you again, as we said earlier, this month of May is the month that we honor and appreciate our mothers on a specific day. However, as many people keep feeling the need to point out, we honor them every day, but we give them a special day this month also. Also, this month is Mental Health Awareness Month, and so I want to share my personal journey with mental health. Mental health is not something that we get or that we have to bring about. Your mental health is a part of who you are, and taking care of your mental health is something that you need to be aware of and to do as much as you take care of your physical health. And so today, um, I wanted to share. I know there are a lot of people who are not as comfortable or um, transparent about their mental health. And so, um, most of you that know me know that I am pretty transparent. And for the most part, I will share what I think needs to be shared about my life that will help other people. And so today I'm going to talk about my mental health. As I shared before, I was diagnosed in 1995 with major depression and uh, anxiety disorders. And I was admitted to a mental health unit to be evaluated, to receive counseling, to receive therapy, to receive help to begin my healing journey. And it took a while. It was a struggle. I fought it, but I finally accepted the help that was offered to me. And down through the years since that time, I have learned the importance of using the tools that I was given. And I do not agree with the stigma that is applied to mental health. I do not agree with if you have a mental health concern or issue, then it means that you have no faith in God. I do not agree with if you're facing a mental health crisis, then that means that you have in some way displeased God. Um, I don't agree with any of that. I think that one of the reasons why people don't open up about their mental health is because they're afraid of being rejected and they're afraid of being stigmatized and labeled something that they're not. So I share my testimony and my story, hoping that it will help other people to feel free to share theirs. If you have a question for me or comment, feel free to leave it. I will answer and respond as I am able to. I do want to also not forget to acknowledge my wonderful sponsor for the Let's Talk Destiny Talk show this month is the amazing indie film maker Lisa N. Alexander, and the name of her first indie film is called My Father the Queen. And this particular story also shares um, a family who is dealing with mental health issues as a response to um, a father who is closeted, who is a closeted gay man, and the trauma and so forth that goes on with that experience. And so many of us have had experiences where we've had to uh, be silent about things that we were facing and dealing with, and they affected ourselves and it affected our families. And so I'm very excited about this film and I'm doing what I can to promote it. Hold on one second. Never fails when you're doing something. Okay, I apologize for that interruption, and I'm not going to stop the broadcast and start over because this is my life. Like it never fails when you're doing something. Somebody comes to the door or something. But anyway, um, I'm going to keep going. So I was sharing my opinion about the sponsor and encouraging you to connect with Lisa, find out more about this film, and support her in her first indie film work. Um, the mental health, the family dynamics, all of that are so important in this film. And I salute her for stepping outside the box and creating her own box in this project. So, getting back to my mental health journey, as I shared last time, I was diagnosed in 1995, and it has been a journey ever since. Of course, it was a journey prior to the diagnosis, and then being a ordained minister and the child of two ordained ministers. Um, it was very challenging. I was talked about, um, ostracized, alienated, all of that. And so I was told that if I share that part of myself, that I will lose a lot of people with regard to ministry. But it's all good. Um, I'm okay with that. So today I want to talk about my mental health journey and how it impacted me as a mother. Since we just celebrated Mother's Day, I wanted to address that when you become a mother, it's a 24-hour job, 24 hours, 7 days a week. Um, and so when you're having a mental health crisis, or when you're having a time when you just overwhelmed and stressed and over anxious and can't eat, can't sleep, all of that, that doesn't change the fact that you're a mother. And in most cases, you can't just walk away from being a mother because you're having a mental health crisis. Yes, I know there are instances where people do that, but I'm not talking about that today. I'm talking about those of us who, during these times of being overwhelmed and during these times of, I can't take another thing to happen, you still have to mother. At the time of my diagnosis, my admission and my diagnosis, my youngest son was 2, maybe 3 years old. And my oldest was like 12, 12 and a half, somewhere like that. So all of that was stressful. It was stressful having to deal with a toddler or a preschooler and a preteen. And so the all of the mental health issues that I had before I even became a mother uh, was really exacerbated during that time. Because then also, as I said earlier, dealing with the fact that was having these mental health crises and not having anybody to share it with because of the fear of rejection and the fear of being ostracized, which is exactly what happened after I began to share my story. So one of the things I remember dealing with, and to be honest with you, there's still times today. My sons are grown, they are adults, and they have their own children. But I still, as a mother, sometimes look back to some of the decisions that I made um, when they were younger, and I feel a sense of guilt. I feel some shame, some embarrassment, because as a mother, all of the decisions that I made, whether it was getting into relationships, whether it was personal decisions um, with regard to trying to go to school and not really uh, having support to have somebody there that would take care of the kids. So, the stress of that, being a single mother. So I think back now on some things that I would have and should have done differently. And so that also plays a part in your mental health challenge, your mental health stress. I was thinking of yesterday or day before yesterday, one of my friends commented that she was thinking about that she had had a miscarriage many, many years ago. And it's not something that she talks about much, nor is it something that she even allows herself to think about much. But this year, Mother's Day, it really hit her hard to remember that. And there are so many mothers that I deal with um, that have had miscarriages, even had abortions for whatever reasons. Um, the guilt and the shame and the embarrassment and all of that that they have carried for years and years and years, that impact their everyday lives. And so then there are those who have had children, but you've not been in a good place to mother those children. And so you also carry that guilt and embarrassment and shame. And I have, down through the years, probably maybe not as much as I should have, but I have had instances when I've apologized to my sons, even as they are adults, for bad choices that I made when they were younger, for things that I could have done differently. Um, but as most people say, we do the best we can with what we have at that time. And in a lot of cases, that's true. And in some cases, it's not true, because some people have the tools, they have the support, they have everything they need, some mothers, but they still choose to do something that harms them and harms their children in the long run. So, what I wanted to share with you today as a part of my mental health journey is that it is important to release any guilt, release any embarrassment, release any shame that you feel with regard to mothering your children, raising your children, because what's done is done. And I think that one of the main reasons why I made the decision to get help was because I'm a mother. Um, because at that time, as I said, my children were young, and I was their sole sense of, I was their sole provider. You know, of course, I had other family members that would help out, this, that, and other. But when you get down to the get down, like my dad used to say, when the rubber hits the road, I was their sole source. And so I felt like I needed to go get the help I needed to get for my mental health so that I could become a better mother for them. And my children gave me, as a mother, a sense of purpose and a focus for life. There are a lot of mothers I've talked to who've said there are times I want to just give up and quit or whatever, but I thought about my children, and they're the reason I kept going. So this month, as we honor the mothers and as we honor mental health, I want to remind you of that. If you are a mother, to stay focused on your mental health, first of all. Make sure you're healthy. Do the best you can do to be the best version of yourself. And then enjoy the gift that is motherhood. All right. Thank you so much. Have a great day.